We're just on or what?
We need to put these headsets on. Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Thanks, guys.
Is this broken?
Oink.
No, it's on.
Oink. Oink.
All right. We will begin the press conference for the spring split champion C9 MSI qualifiers. This will be a 20-minute press conference, or it will end when there are no more questions, whichever comes first. For all press, if you have a question, please state your name, outlet, and who the question is directed to. If your question is directed to everyone, select someone to start the answer. Again, for remote media, if you have questions for C9, please write them in the Zoom chat and they will be read aloud by the moderator. We'll open up the floor to questions from in-person media.
It's Travis Gafford. I saw him.
Hello, it is Travis Gafford. So this question is for Sven and Fudge. Sven, I did an interview with you, and then I think Fudge, you like echoed it on the broadcast at one point in time about how you guys said you were Golden Guardian haters and you thought they were like fraudulent or whatever. Do you still feel that way after, obviously you beat them. So I don't know if you still feel that way or if you feel like they put up enough of a fight that you now believe in them more.
And didn't you hear my apology after we won or what?
No, because we have to get back here for the press conference with them.
Okay.
So
I
you
was
did
there.
apologize.
I said that there were a bunch of frauds in the middle of the split when they were on a win streak, but like I said on stage after we won, I apologized. You know, I wasn't familiar with their game and they played better today and yesterday than I thought they would. So yeah, they convinced me that they're not actually a bunch of frauds. So yeah.
Fudge?
I don't remember saying they were frauds, but maybe I did. But obviously they played really well. They improved a lot, especially towards the end of the split. And I think all their players who I thought were not that good individually actually seem to be really good, honestly, compared to the rest of the league. So pretty impressive by them to have such a good run in playoffs. And it's going to be interesting to see them at MSI. Honestly, I don't think that they're going to do too well at MSI. I think we will do better, but maybe I'll be wrong about that. Who knows?
Hey guys, this is Jay Silver here with Jay Silver Presents. My question is for both Jack and Mithy. First of all, again, congratulations on the win today. Jack, from an owner's perspective, Mithy as a coach's perspective, this is Cloud9's 4th title, which puts you guys up there as one of the most dominant organizations in the LCS history. How does it feel to continuously produce talent that helps win titles, perform well on an international stage and domestically, and overall contribute to the evolving ecosphere of North America?
So I think we're actually at 6. We're pretty proud of that.
6. I apologize. It's been a long day.
We're 1 behind TSM, and I definitely don't want to quit until we beat them. So maybe we need a back to back, and then we need to beat Steve in TL and do 1 more. That's the goal. But I'm really proud of the managers and the coaches and the players and everyone that's like worked to make this team function really well over time. It definitely didn't happen by accident. People meme, and I even meme about the whole systems thing, but it does, this doesn't happen randomly. We definitely have a plan on how we operate, and I'm very proud of everyone involved.
Yeah.
Well spoken.
Oh, okay. So I just joined this year. After last year I was in 100 Thieves, and the year before I worked in Cloud9. So for me, I was accustomed already to the systems, and yeah, it was easy for me to kind of like work my way with them because I know what C9 wants, and within that like realm, I also try to create a culture that I want for the squad, right? So it's like been working decently.
Hi there, I'm Gracie with Esports Illustrated. Just want to say, congratulations. You guys have been working a lot with Fit Gamer and doing some more performance enhancing, both physically, mentally. And I know the LCS teams have done that as well. How would you say you guys are really taking advantage of that program and like capitalizing on it in your performance?
I can answer that.
Sorry, I didn't specify. I apologize.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of depth compared to other professional like endeavors that we can definitely dive into, but it's a question of also budget. I think we do a pretty good job so far of like just keeping players relatively healthy compared to the average. And I do think that that is just, if it's not good for like just the general like gaming, it is good for the well-being of the players long term, like transcending esports and their careers after. So I think that's like a very, very and like probably one of the most important pieces. And then here and there we do try and like work on different stuff. Like this split or this year we tried to talk a little bit more about sleep. Like that's been one. But yeah, like I said, like there's definitely like a lot of depth in that area, and we are just like scraping the surface, and we do have a good fundamental of that surface, which is like we do work out. The players eat relatively healthy, or at least we don't provide them with like too many unhealthy snacks, and I think it's up to them if they order or not. But we try to keep it. I think they're like somewhat mindful. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to say that Fit Gamer and Red Bull have been really helpful in trying to build those systems with us to make sure the players stay healthy. It's pretty cool because our LCS team, like they've been here for a while, from these most of them, and they're already bought in the system, so I don't actually have to really push them. And the younger players that are coming in, the academy players or Valorant players, they can see the success that it's brought our LCS team, so it's easier to instruct them. I also call it like forced family fun. So like this is when we all get to hang out. I work out with them, and so it's not an option. Oh, also shout out to Mike Anderson. Love that guy. And Drew and Jamie and all the guys at the camera.
Hi, I'm Will with WCHL Chapelboro. My question is for the whole team, but I would like to start with Blabber if we can. You guys have played on some pretty big international stages. How is playing here in Raleigh, North Carolina compared to those other atmospheres?
Yeah, so the crowd was actually pretty lively today. I think there were a lot of fans here from what I saw, and I always really appreciate all the fans coming to watch us play. I think without the fans, there wouldn't be us, right? And I'm just very grateful always to play on a big stage, because it's kind of what you play for as a pro player. You want to do well in the biggest moments. You want to do well internationally, especially as an NA player. And yeah, I think this crowd was really amazing today. And yeah, I'm looking forward to MSI.
For me, it was very similar stage to Chicago. So I actually felt kind of comfortable. It felt like it was the same to me. North Carolina in general, honestly, we didn't really leave a hotel too much. So I can't really talk on the city. But in terms of playing in front of a crowd, I always enjoy it. There's always a lot of energy, especially like right before we walk out to the opening ceremony. It was always really fun. So much energy build up, and the fans are really loud. So you definitely feel like a bit of a star, and that's enjoyable, ego boosting.
Just a quick question for Jack. I'm sure you guys probably mentioned this somewhere, but the shirts say Champions of Light. I heard it was a charitable thing or something. Can you maybe elaborate a little bit about what it is?
I think we were tying in some of the like local history with some of the buildings and stuff in the back, and just tying that in to what we're doing. Obviously, like if you look at Cloud9 as a brand, we choose to use lighter colors, and so we're leaning into that as well, which is pretty fun. And the fact that it was Golden Guardians that we're up against definitely looked like chess pieces out there with black and white, and that was enjoyable.
Hey guys, so one thing that Stixay brought up in his post-game interview was maybe an advantage of being warmed up on stage already in games 1 and 2, having played a 5-game series and knowing what to expect. Was that something that surprised you? And I'll ask that first to M&S and Berserker, but then the rest of the team.
Sorry, I don't understand. Do you think Golden Guardians have advantage because they played yesterday?
Yeah, actually, yes, but today, yeah, I didn't expect I don't get overwhelmed by crowd, but today I actually could full focus the game. Like, yeah, I didn't recognize the crowd in the game, so yeah, maybe they will better. How to say yesterday, but we just better than them, so we don't care.
뭐라고요? 질문이? I think it just depends on people, but I'm just wondering if Stixay like first place, he say that. What? Does not make sense? I mean, if Stixay was first place, like Stixay is 그냥 한국어로 말해도 돼요? 네. 그러니까 스틱세이가 1등 자리에 있어도 그 말을 할 것 같지는 않다고요.
I think he didn't think that. Yeah, move on.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think a couple questions from remote media for the moment. This question is from Sons of Cam from LATAM. It's directed at everybody, but we'll start with Blabber. You managed to defend your title and become back-to-back split champions, but during our interviews, the team members have mentioned that doing well internationally is the goal for the team. You were qualified as the first seed at MSI for North America. What's different now compared to the team's last international competition at Worlds?
Yeah, I mean, we were more focused on I mean, I was always focused on winning the split, and I think my whole team was, but to be honest, this split was kind of easy. And the teams weren't super good, like, to be honest. And I think we were able to show that with our own gameplay, but I'm really hopeful that our team can do well at MSI. And yeah, I mean, I'm always looking forward to playing well internationally, and I think so are my teammates.
Question from Pedro, who represents Sentinella. This is for M&S. M&S, you had only 1 month with the team, and now you're an LCS champion. How do you feel about this achievement? What were your main concerns when you arrived to the team, and how did you solve them throughout the split?
이건 한국어로 말해야 돼. 그냥 너무 정신없이 달려와서 그냥 눈 떠보니까 우승이 있네. 그냥 계속 연습만 하고 그냥 계속 개선해야 될 거 고치고 다른 사람들 뭐 하나 연구하고 그러다 보니까 우승했고 하니까 기분 좋네.
We went through the spring split real fast. Like I blinked my eyes and we won. Obviously, you know, like I practice a lot. I analyze what my opponents do, and yeah, I mean, it feels great to win.
Thank you.
Question from Faisal from the click.gg. This question is also for Blabber. Blabber, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were the person that connected with M&S during the off season and convinced him to join Cloud9. Did you even envision that he would reach this level of play and that he has reached to this point, and the spring split would end with a championship?
So I didn't connect with M&S. I was introduced to M&S by other people. I don't know who initially brought him up. I think maybe Vagar. I don't remember too well. And I didn't need to convince him to come to Cloud9. He wanted to come to Cloud9. I actually needed him to convince me that he was the right fit. And I definitely thought that we could win the spring split. I didn't know if it was going to be with M&S at the time, but from watching his gameplay, I already knew he was really talented. mechanically.
One more question from remote media. This is from Jordan Marney from esports.gg, and it's for MNS. MNS, when I spoke to you before your debut, you said you would do everything to repay Jack and Cloud9 for taking a chance on you. Do you feel with this championship, you've achieved that goal?
Not yet. I will give more.
Good answer.
Never end.
Hello. Hello. This is Sage Datun from Esports Illustrated. My question is for Fudge. You had talked about how you wanted to win a split where you could be considered the best top laner in the LCS. And, after getting first All-Pro this split and, winning the title here in Raleigh, could you talk about how this win is a bit different compared to the first two wins from your side? Is it more fulfilling for you?
I'm not sure if it's more fulfilling because I do think when I did win in summer, it felt better just because I had lost in spring. And now that I won in spring of this year whilst winning in summer last year, I didn't really feel, I didn't really lose, right, since then, except for at Worlds. But I did feel like I played a lot better in the finals than I did in Summer Split of Chicago. I think laning phase in Summer Split of Chicago this someday, I think he did play better than me in lane. So I was happy that I played against Licorice and played a little bit better, I would say, individually, and contributed more to the team.
Hello again. This is for Berserker. One thing that we have not mentioned at this press conference is your MVP performance, and congratulations for that. Yeah, well-deserved applause. When you and I spoke in March, we talked about your development as a player. It's a two-part question. Number one, did you expect to become MVP of the league? And number two, how will you take this pressure that you have as the defending MVP and defending champion and bring it to international performance?
I already answered this question like when I MVP, but 첫 번째 질문이 뭐였죠? 그냥 솔직히 I don't think my regular season is like perfect, but my last Dragon game was so like impactful, so that's why I got MVP, I think. Also, that's why we lose both shares like in regular season. So shout out MNS Chase. And
I wanna talk about this. Like, yeah, in the
so
game,
you don't have to.
in the match,
don't
my
have to.
Jace was.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
It's okay. You don't have to defend yourself. Your Jace is very good, MNS.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I think to.
They banned it every game today, MNS. Don't defend
Yeah,
it.
they
It's
defend.
fine.
They banned your Jace. They banned your Jace.
Yes, it was you.
Just give me Jace.